All right, YouTube, we're going to kick off this vlog by letting y'all know your boy hit a milestone today. It's been a while since I hit a milestone, man. The growth has been slow but steady. I'm appreciative of it. But we hit 100,000 followers on Instagram today. So that's pretty dope, man. Instagram's a tough platform these days because to grow in, real tough. Pretty dope, man. I know it's organic. I know it came from YouTube, so shout out to the tube. You know, I don't post that much on Instagram, but the live streams be lit. So if you ain't following me on Instagram, you missing out on some live streams. Anyways, let's get started with this vlog. Something I didn't show you guys in the tutorial because it didn't show up till afterwards is I scarred myself up because I was on my lineup so much and just hitting the same spot over and over again. I didn't feel it like it was cutting me, but I guess I burned myself up. And you know, we keep it 100. It happens. Whatever. I was using my rose golds. Those things hit. I should have known better, but it is what it is. So a couple things, a little bit of a game plan. Going to the warehouse in a bit to put together a video for troubleshooting. I'm going to show it to you guys on this vlog. And it's pretty much just once you disassemble your trigger gun on the Beam Team XL, how to put it back together. I mean, there's a lot of YouTube videos that already cover this, but a lot of you guys don't go to YouTube, don't Google how to fix these issues. You hit us up, customer service, support@tomb45.com is our customer service, and ask us for a video. So I'm gonna make one that way our customer service team can send you that link. And then since you guys are watching the vlog anyways, I'll include it in the vlog. All right, so these are all the parts, including the gun. This is the track that holds the needle, goes first. Spring goes after. This is gonna hold these two pieces into the gun. These are the front nozzles that go in the front of the gun right here. You got your needle. This holds the needle in place. This protects the needle. And this is the tension screw, which controls how far you can push this trigger. All right, so here's the gun. First thing you're gonna do is grab this, which is the track for the needle. And there's a groove there that forces you to put it a certain way. So once it's in, your next step is gonna be put your spring in. Your next step would be to put this nut in that's gonna hold and push the spring in. Make sure that's nice and tight, all right? Next step is going to be the needle. Be careful not to bend the tip of the needle. If you bend the tip of the needle, it's going to affect the way the gun sprays. So be very, very careful. You don't wanna push it in too hard, just enough to where it goes through that brass tip. If you push too hard, it will bend that brass tip, so be careful. As soon as it stops, that's all you need to do. Once that's in place, you put this nut in, which holds the needle in place. This protects this needle from bending. This is the tension screw. I don't ever tighten this up too much. As long as it's in place, it's in place. It's not even necessary to have in, but I put it in anyways. Next step is to put this nut in. Be careful not to bend the tip. This you want to make sure is nice and tight, and you want to make sure that this gasket is not broken. Okay, that black gasket. All right, so now we tighten it up nice and tight. This protects the needle, obviously, the tip from bending, and now your gun is back together. All right, YouTube, so I had this clipper lying around. This is a clipper that like I use to take photos and stuff, but I'm gonna start using them. It has heat. It got the power clip, it got the battery, but I'm gonna swap the fade blade out. You can see the fade blade has a little bit of like rust. Anytime there's any type of like humidity, these things can rust. I'm gonna switch these with the taper blade, a gold taper blade. See what they look like. Yo, you know what I noticed? I noticed Wahl's changing a lot of components, a lot of things. For example, the bracket that this blade attaches to, the holes, they're not the same anymore. Cause I've had this blade right here for over a year and a half. And you guys know I always rock with the 1006 blade. You could put it on any senior. These are the newer seniors. And I noticed that the screws that used to come with this blade no longer fit this bracket anymore. The screws are skinnier now. I wonder why Wahl keeps changing components, like the bracket hole. They got new seniors and new magic clips and stuff that the charging port is changed now. So the power clips don't really fit. We got to fix that. That's going to cost us money to do. And then the bracket holes, they changed the size on them. I wonder why they keep changing up little things like that. All right, you guys can see this is where I like my blade. Just barely flush. I want to be able to put my fingernail in between the cutting blade and the steel blade. And all I do is I'll loosen like one screw and then move it up just a little bit, tighten it. That allows you to have some more control. Just a quick tip. All right, there it is. Ready to go. With this setup, like I can take out the ball line, no problem. I just had left the gym, took a shower. Man, I just want to update you guys on the fitness thing, man. I had not gone to the gym in over a year, lost a lot of my gains, wasn't eating healthy. It's really a lifestyle thing. Like for me, a lot of people jump onto special diets and stuff like that, and I just feel like nobody stays on a keto diet forever. So for me, it's like the tortoise versus the hare. I'd rather live a certain lifestyle. That way I could stay healthy and I can stay working out and I can stay fit for the long term. When I was working out before, I was super extreme. 7 days a week. I ate canned tuna with no seasoning and rice, literally for like 4 out of my 7 meals. 7 egg whites in the morning. It was extreme. And I did that for a year and a half, and I got in the best shape of my life. I was looking like an NFL player. But it gets exhausting. Like my wife hired a personal trainer, and it was the best thing that we could have ever done, because it's one thing to go to the gym by yourself and it's another to be with a professional who holds you accountable. Now that my wife has a personal trainer, she feels like she's getting what she needs. She's not going to put in that hard work 5 days a week to come home and eat like crap. So, man, we've been at Sprouts. She's been on YouTube learning so much about nutrition. We've been eating different. If you follow me on Instagram and you check out my stories, you'll see the meals are crazy. They're healthy. I had brown rice spaghetti the other day. I had cauliflower pizza the other day. And it's actually good. Like, it actually tastes good. And I would have never known if it wasn't for my wife's fitness journey. Fusing our efforts together, I'm going to get back in shape. Back to the grind, guys. I know I'm not the only one. I know this pandemic has affected a lot of people. It definitely affected me. 2020 was supposed to be my year, and it got completely erased. All right, so we're gonna go to the shop now. We're gonna put this 1006 blade to work. Let's see if we can get some blurries out of it. I'm gonna tell you guys a crazy story, but before I do, hit the like button if you want to see that as the next tutorial. The haircut that I did with new Wahl 1006 blade. Let me know if you want that. If you do, let me know in the comments, but make sure you smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Alright guys, so in 2019, almost 2 years ago, year and a half ago, we were launching the 245 wireless charging powered mat. If you don't know what that is, right here in the back corner here, show you guys a highlight of it real quick. Pretty much they were adapters to attach to your wireless trimmers and be able to actually wirelessly charge your tools. So this product, along with the actual full mat that you see in this picture, we were going to launch at this event. Now, here's the cool part. This is like the ultimate marketing part. So nobody knew about the product for over a year that we were working on it. We were launching the new Beam Team XL, the cordless compressor. We started selling the Beam Team compressor, and nobody knew that it had wireless charging inside of it, because we didn't want to give away that we were coming out with some type of wireless charger. The reason why we didn't want to give away that we were coming out with a wireless charger is because we didn't want people to think, once we showed that it was a mat, oh man, you can charge your clippers with it. So look guys, this was the launch party. This is Get Beamed, my bro, my friend at Education with Purpose, where we launched this. And look at the guys. Oh, he in the water. Oh. No. Look who was all there. Vic Blends, Jeezy, Marcus, like everybody was out there. And this is when we showed the compressor. The one thing we didn't tell people about was that the compressor actually had wireless charging in it. All right, so look at this comment. Look at this comment. We didn't want people to know that we were coming out with power clips. Look, I blocked the wireless charging art that's typically there. We just told people, we announced that it charges the XL. So you can see somebody comments, it charges the XL and anything that accepts wireless charging, like your phones. It doesn't charge clippers or trimmers. They don't have the technology in them yet to charge wirelessly, right? People already wanted the mat. They were already buying the compressor. Now they knew the compressor charges wirelessly. That's pretty dope. And then it was this video. Oh. Yo! Guys, look at the power clip. Look at the power clip. The power clip was a prototype. It wasn't the real official one, right? We didn't have the official ones in hand yet. Listen to me. This is part of the story. We didn't have the official ones in hand yet. But that's where we launched that it could actually charge clippers and trimmers as well. We announced that we were going to launch at CT Barber Expo May 7th. People were going crazy. Look, this is crazy. The barber world is becoming icon and innovation. Like, people were going insane about it. Like, me and the guys, we're like popping bottles, like excited, like, bro, finally all this hard work is coming into fruition. You know what I mean? Like, we put in work flying to China, and people didn't know what I was doing in China. I didn't want to tell people, but like Danny and I were going there. Danny was working sleepless nights, man, trying to develop this product. We were getting prototypes that sucked, prototypes that were great. So anyways, we're saying we're gonna launch May 7th at CT Barber Expo. That's where you can pick yours up. There's people who want CT Barber Expo just for that. Here's the kicker. These skeletons were not out yet. So these skeletons right here were not out yet. This was a prototype as well. I was like one of the first ones to have them. Babeless was kind enough to work with us, let us get prototypes so that we can launch the same day that they launched. So it was crazy. We were so excited about it. We couldn't produce them fast enough, the type of demand that we were getting. This is where the story starts to get interesting. I'm excited. We've done something. I don't think any barber created a company that created something innovative, patent pending, like we did, to create something from the ground up like this. Some true new innovative stuff. Most barbers weren't really doing that. And we're getting closer to CT Barber Expo. We got powered mats, we got compressors, but the power clips haven't come in yet. And we started having issues at production. It took longer to produce everything else that we were expecting to have, because remember, it's an entire ecosystem. You have the expansion pads, you have the actual powered mat, you have the compressor. We're getting closer to CT Barber Expo and we still have no power clips, guys. We're 2 weeks out, no power clips. It would be impossible for them to ship the amount of product that we needed for CT Barber Expo and it make it to us on time before we head out to CT Barber Expo. What we decided to do to buy 2 tickets to China. Check this out, guys. We're now about a week out. That's the only option we have, is to get on a flight that day and go pick up our product. Here's the problem. I have a class the morning of CT Barber Expo. I was nominated for a Grammy the night before that as well. So I didn't really have 5 days. I had more like 3 days because I had to make it back before CT Barber Expo. So we're getting ready. We think we got a flight, and it turns out Danny booked flights for the wrong day. Yo, check this out. We had to book another flight, way more expensive. We were hoping that we could get a refund on the first dates. We actually got a flight that would get us from Tampa to China, from China to Connecticut. So we would literally barely be making it like 2 o'clock in the morning to CT before I got to go to the Grammy. Crazy. And in between those was a layover in Canada. We fly from Tampa, Canada, China. We get to the airport, we get out of our plane, we go out to baggage claim. Both of us went because we thought we were getting 4 boxes of power clips. It would be like 400 power clips. When we get there, they only had 2 boxes ready. They couldn't come up with the 4. So I went for no reason. Danny could have went by himself. I could have went straight to CT, prepared myself for my class, prepared myself for the Grammys, and helped prepare the actual booth. But I forgot to mention that we actually booked 2 flights each because the cheap flight had a 1-hour layover. And if you know international flights, by the time you get out of TSA and customs, it's been an hour. We were hoping and praying that we would be able to make that first flight and get through customs within that hour or that hour and a half, and get back onto the next plane on time, because that flight would get us back home at a decent time. If we missed that flight, we would have to go fly out to New York and then rent a car and drive to Connecticut in order to make it on time for the Grammy. So we were hoping we could get out of the plane, make it through customs within that hour and a half time frame, and get back on the plane. So that's why we booked 2 flights. The first flight was so that we can fly to CT, get there on time. The second flight was just insurance. And if we didn't make that first flight, we'd be able to drive from New York to Connecticut to make it on time for the Grammys. But when we got out the plane, we did make it through customs really quick, like in a half hour. We get to our guys, to our team there in China. We get the boxes. We were short 2 boxes. It's okay. We got power clips. So we get on the plane, we actually made it. So that first flight was good. We got a refund on the backup flights because it was less than 24 hours. We're on our way. We take off. We're like, oh my God, we're doing it. We're gonna get to CT Barber Expo with all the product we need. Right? We haven't slept in 20 something hours. Finally get to Canada and we're trying to get through customs. As we're getting through customs, they stop me and they're being jerks. The guys over there in Canada are being jerks. One guy was like literally, yo, if you don't shut up, you're out of here. We're not letting you through. When they find out what I'm bringing over, they could have been real mean and held it. They were talking about holding my packages because I didn't pay taxes on it. And here me and Danny are thinking if they stop us, we could just pay taxes right there and then. And then what we find out is that particular airport will not allow you to do that. And I'm like begging the guy, I'm like, please, bro, you don't understand what we've gone through. We haven't slept in 20 hours. If I don't make this flight, I'm going to miss a huge event. I got the Grammys. We're launching this product. We really need a break this time. And he's like, listen, I'm going to check my database. And if what you're saying is true and you have no criminal record, I'll let you through. Ask me for my name. He checks it and he says, you got a DUI. I'm like, bro, I don't have a DUI. I promise you I don't have a DUI. He's like, bro, I can't let you through. I'm like, bro, please check one more time. He spelt my name wrong. Oh my goodness, bro. He let me through with the product after all that craziness. We made our flight. We get to Connecticut. I make it on time for the Grammys. We launch the product. We did crazy. We had a line wrapped around the building. Guys, look, so I got my phone attached. I'm going through Instagram archives. Look at this story. It says we're literally traveling around the world to get to Connecticut Barber Expo. You can see I geotagged Ontario. You guys can see I'm in Canada. This is on my way to China. So that was the layover. Then we went to Hong Kong, picked up the packages. Look, this is at the airport, at the bar. And you can see that these were like rushed ones. When I had this in my hand, we did it. Look, almost there. People really thought I was in a private plane. I was just in the smallest plane you could look. But look, we're at the show, setting up. Look. Boom. Woo. Nobody really knew what we went through to get there. This is the first time that I tell that story on my YouTube channel. And honestly, like, that's why I'm so proud of our company, because we've been through a lot of things throughout the years to make it what it is. It's not easy, smooth sailing, man. Entrepreneurship is a grind. On top of not sleeping for 2 days, people didn't know this. We did the Grammys. I taught a class that morning. We launched. We were there for 2 days. I'm shaking hands, taking pictures with people. I guess what I want to do is leave this off with my Grammy acceptance speech, because I got Educator of the Year. I should have got Entrepreneur of the Year. Even though I messed with my boy Chuka, still haven't got that, still haven't even been nominated. I believe we deserve Entrepreneur of the Year as a team, as a unit, as Tomb 45. But with that being said, man, let's play that Grammy speech.
And the Educator of the Year is Chris Bossio.
It's crazy because when you think of awards, you just like a lot of times you try to stay humble, you just try to say, it's just another award, it's all good, it's not a big deal. But for me, I'm thankful. Like I'm borderline about to cry. I guess I gotta thank a lot of people. I gotta thank, my family, my loved ones, my team. Got an amazing team. Christian Perez, Daniel Santana, Dre, Dwayne, Chris Loco. Like, I could go on for days. One of the main people that I wanted to thank today, and a lot of times I feel like they're not given the credit that they deserve, because they make the most sacrifice. And that's my wife. I really wanted to make this award about her, because some of you guys have heard my story a little bit, but when you talk about the bottom, we went through a lot of things, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of, I know we all have been through some things, but man, when I tell you, I don't know how she stuck with me, yo. It's crazy to me. And I want you to know I appreciate you, and I love you. It's been 14 years. And, you talk about overnight success and all that stuff, but it's been 14 years. I've been trying to convince her to believe me. There's a vision, and we can make this happen. And this is the best industry that we can do it. When a lot of people don't realize what we have in our hands, the beauty of this industry. We got people who dropped out of college, who couldn't finish high school. I had a 1.7 GPA. I didn't learn how to speak or walk until I was 5 years old. And I have an opportunity in this industry to become something I never thought I could ever become. And so when I get this award, I could sit here and say, it's another award, but I'm gonna tell you right now, when you've been through and you've gone through the things that you've gone through, you're appreciative for things like this, and you're thankful beyond belief. So I want to thank you guys, everyone, for the support and the love and the votes. Most of all, thank you guys. I appreciate it.